Well, that's Joe Lewis from Barb. Let's talk now to Guy Cocker, who's Global Editor-in-Chief of Stuff magazine. You've been listening to a little bit of that. What do you make of it then? There's still going to be a place for the main TV channels and TV viewing and tablet viewing and things like Amazon and Netflix are sort of a supplementary side to it. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like as he says, the ratings for mainstream TV on broadcast TV are remaining constant. What's growing is the amount of online viewing. That's not just on Netflix and Amazon Prime and BBC iPlayer. That's on things like YouTube and a video game streaming site called Twitch as well. So more and more people are actually consuming more and more video content. There'll always still be an important place for TV, especially around things like live events, like the Eurovision recently and the Olympics, because it brings people together on social media. It means you have to watch live. It means you don't skip the adverts depending on what channel it's being broadcast on. But yeah, there's still a place for event television that happens live. It's just that the streaming services have started to produce shows that sort of capture the zeitgeist, to use a sort of cliche term, but they really capture the imagination and become really big on social media. So shows like Stranger Things on Netflix become something you kind of have to watch. And these shows, as much as they these broadcasters like Netflix, as much as they hate the term, that people binge on them, so they watch them consecutively back to back. So a new show this weekend has just been uploaded to Netflix, which is Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. All episodes of that show, I think it's 10 episodes for the series, are up there available. So if I want to sort of indulge this weekend, I can watch them back to back, and it's very addictive.
Yeah, and I suppose what you struck me there is you were talking about the kind of events that we have when you watch television live. I'm thinking sort of like the finale of Broadchurch or something. Those moments people still like, so there will still be that market there to have a programme on regularly on television.
Yeah, there still will be. I mean, I remember last weekend sitting in my front room watching Eurovision, watching all of the snarky tweets coming through from all my friends, and that's still an enjoyable experience. But people have become much more sort of able and willing to stream television just because broadband's gotten faster over the last few years. I actually met with Netflix in my sort of capacity as a technology journalist a couple of months ago, and they said the other factor is that there are countries like India where mobile viewing is actually bigger than television viewing for Netflix. And so, as your man from Barb there said, it's quite difficult to get the stats out of these companies. But India certainly is sort of showing the future, which is watching on mobile devices. So people expect to be able to watch wherever they are, and Netflix is sort of making its algorithms and its artificial intelligence able to be able to stream this content at much lower bit rates, which means if your mobile network is much slower, as it can be in places in India, you can still watch your favorite shows. So with Netflix, it's all about sort of allowing you to watch your TV shows wherever you are, which is important for viewers these days.
Do you think there's going to be more sorts of services like that in the future then?
Well, Netflix and Amazon Prime have sort of cornered the market, and we're not really seeing any new streaming services come through. Over on Stuff, the magazine website I work on, one of the most popular features we put up every week is what to watch on Netflix this weekend. It can be horror movies or TV shows. So we see a lot of people coming to that sort of content. So it's very, very popular. I think I reviewed Sky Q, which is a phenomenal service, and there are others out there like Virgin Media. I think if you've got a family who are watching all sorts of different content, then a service like Sky or Virgin can offer value, but it's still, for the complete package, it can still be upwards of £80 a month. And anecdotally, talking to people, I know a lot of people in the Stuff office that will just are much more happier paying $5.99, $7.99 a month for Netflix and Amazon Prime and a service like Spotify for their music, and it still doesn't come anywhere near to that £80 total.
Indeed. Guy, we'll have to leave it there. It's Guy Cocker, Editor-in-Chief, Global Editor-in-Chief of Stuff magazine.